I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Right. I'm not going to start in our usual jovial fashion. Only because I've had a really hectic day at work and just caught up with bits and pieces going on in the world. And it came to my attention that today, during a testing session in Croatia, Craig Breen, Irish rally driver in the WRC for Hyundai, has been unfortunately killed.
I did actually see that, yes.
And I know you're not a big motorsport man, but the world of rallying is dear to anyone's heart. With it being...
Yes, if I had to pick a motorsport, it would be that or touring car. Yeah,
that closeness to the road thing. But yeah, it's a real pisser, if I'm honest, because it's just a nice bloke.
Okay, I don't know much about him.
Very jovial. Lots of Irish theatre in and around him. He's a wonderful character, phenomenal driver. Yes, it's news that I couldn't let pass, especially with it being so.
No, nor should you give it if it was today. Yeah, well, it was today. Yeah, I did see it, but I wasn't. I saw it, mentioned on Twitter, but I wasn't 100% sure who he was. But I saw Richard Brunning commenting on it that he was pretty gutted by events of the day. Yeah,
someone with a sort of that infectious attitude towards life. He was. I believe he was even quoted saying, "Look, he's like, don't let anyone else tell you what your potential is. You go and do it for yourself.
And find out for yourself."
Yeah, bollocks to him.
Yeah. That's wise words.
Yeah, so bit sad, I'm afraid.
Very sad. Yeah, very sad indeed. Yeah, indeed. It was an accident, was it? It was a crash.
Yeah, testing crash. They've obviously not released many details.
No, of course.
It's not. We don't need the ins and outs. It's unfortunate. I mean, in it very much, by the sound of it, seems like a bit of a freak accident. James Fulton, his co-driver, was completely unharmed.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, yes, motorsport is dangerous, simple as that. But it doesn't make it any more palatable when
it is. I have just found some pictures of the car.
Oh dear.
It actually doesn't look that bad. But I guess you don't know, do you? You can't tell.
No. Yeah, we're yes, we shall extend all sympathies to friends and family.
Absolutely. Should any be listening to our inane drivel? Yes. Very sad. Very sad whenever anything like that happens. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to make the next rally a bit weird.
Yes, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Well, he was much loved. I know everyone's rivals, but it's like, well, you can't be a rival with the jovial Irishman, I'm afraid, can you?
No, I suppose not. No.
And we will have one thing we will miss is his end of stage interviews, because you never knew what you were going to get. It's heart on his sleeve is one way of putting it.
Oh, okay.
F-bombs here, there, and everywhere is another way of putting it.
Oh, naughty. Okay.
It's like, well, the thing is, you've got the adrenaline pumping, and then someone opens the door and shoves a microphone in your face. And you're going to say exactly what's on your mind, aren't you?
Yeah, you probably are. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But we all liked him for that, so yes.
Very good.
Sad times, but yes, I thought I can't go unmentioned because...
no, nor should it. No, indeed.
It's one of those bits of news you realise and it stops you in your track. And you're like, that's just horrid.
That's not on that, is it? No.
But yes, we shall remember him fondly. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, right on to the usual drivel. That's a lot of sensible in one place there for us.
Yeah, it was a bit hardcore there, leading us in with that, but rightly so, I think. But we need a bit of nonsense now.
Yes. Yeah. Festoon us with some, please.
Well, I wish to revisit our never popular feature. Cars
Never
of the
or ever?
No, never.
Never.
Cars
Okay.
of the local supermarket. Well, I never had any positive feedback about it. Maybe you did, but
No,
it has served up a few treats this last week. I don't know if you've been in. I know you do sometimes now that it's close to your place of work.
I haven't been there this week.
Well, there were 3 vehicles that I've spotted this week, all glorious, but in very different ways.
Okay, what have we had on offer?
Well, the first one that caught my eye was just brilliant. It was a Peugeot 205 GTI.
Oh, 1.6 or 1.9.
Oh, good question. Didn't get close enough to see.
Oh,
because it says it, doesn't it, on those rear panels? Yeah. No, because it was moving at some speed.
Well, that's good. Being driven. Well, I say appropriately. I'm assuming that was in a car park.
Well, it was exiting the car park out onto the main road. So it had been in the car park, and I was just arriving as it was leaving.
Okay, that's fine.
And it was black, on the correct wheels and everything. It looked really good. It looked in really good nick.
Excellent. Love that.
You so rarely see those.
And as with anything like that, it's just ruinous values these days. That's a pricey car.
They are. It is. It is an expensive car, that, isn't it? Yeah. But it sounded good. You know, he was all rorty going up the road there. So
excellent.
Enjoyed a bit of that.
Nice.
Nice. I knew you'd appreciate that one.
That's a bit of.
There's another one I know you will appreciate. There was a Rover 75 Tourer.
Oh.
Oh.
Really not seen very often either.
Really not seen very often. Loads of stuff in the back, so it looked like it was being used.
Pre-facelift, I hope, as well.
It was a pre-facelift. It was a 51 plate. So
okay.
So sort of middle of the run, but it was pre-facelift, yeah.
Okay, yep. That's like that.
Would have been the end of the original facelift, or the original face, I would suggest, on a 51.
Oh yes, because when did they get? Did they get the 2003? Was the facelift?
I think it was. Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, it was in those last few years, wasn't it, that they were desperately trying to make them look more modern.
Yes,
they ruined it.
Yes, they made it. They made it absolutely horrible. Those single headlamps and just nicer features. It was they buggered it up. Let's face it.
Yeah, they did. But this was in that pale metallic green that they did. That was very popular in the 75, and it was lovely.
Very good.
You just don't see those anymore.
No, you do not.
No,
and I approve enormously. There we go. I just had a quick check. It was 2004 actually.
Really, it was that late on? Oh, okay, right. Okay.
Well, it is Wikipedia, so pinch of salt and all that.
Oh, pinch of salt, but it probably is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, very good. That was really nice to see. Now there was a third item, which was not so nice to see, because it was in a dreadful state. It was a Mark IV Mondeo Estate, silver. Every single panel was dented.
Excellent work.
Including the roof. Quite impressive. It had 4 different alloys.
No mean feat, if I'm honest with you.
No, that's you're working on it if you've done that. Yes, it was absolutely caked in mud, so all the alloys were brown,
nice.
but all different. And a gentleman sitting in the driver's seat who matched it perfectly.
I mean, you've listed these 3 cars, but I'm honestly leaning towards this one being my favourite of the 3 now.
It's the most affordable, I grant
every
you.
shit little detail is wonderful. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. It was utterly ruined.
Dreadful. Fair play.
Yeah.
Takes
there it
dedication
was.
to ruin it that much.
Well, see, the Mark IV Mondeo is not actually that old.
Not in the grand scheme of things, really.
No, this one had been used hard, I think. Yes.
Well, I mean, I approve of the usage. Occasionally, maybe just slightly look after it, but it's still going.
4 different alloys. That's what I couldn't get my head around.
I mean, it's a cost of living crisis. Get whatever you can.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
If one of the wheels had been a space saver, that would have just finished it off.
Yeah, that would have been a nice touch, actually.
Maybe
pop a note on it if you see it again.
Yeah, just a small style suggestion. That offside rear, make it a space saver, and you've really completed the look. Yeah.
One of those ones with the bright yellow stickers with the arrows. Just that'll do it.
You wouldn't be able to see that because it'd be caked in mud. But
no. But you might get a hint of yellow through it.
So get a hint of that little 50 that they stick on it. Yeah, that'd be perfect. That
nice. Yeah, well, those are some good spots. I like that. Would you like to, while we're talking about things we've spotted, on Monday, what can only be described as used public transport.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes. As discussed off podcast, the main reason of this is because you have my vehicle.
It's my fault.
We'll blame you. We'll blame you.
Well, if you're going to bring it round, it's going to get. Yeah.
It's fine. So yes, we were on a train, and as you do on a train, you tend to venture through the countryside to parts of it that you would never normally see.
That's very true. You do see bits of the world, that you have no way of getting to otherwise. Yeah.
Yes.
That can be quite nice. That could be quite nice.
Yeah, it was good. We were all. It was a whole family outing. However, it was quite a busy train, and Kaylee and the kids managed to sit together, but I got lumbered with sitting next to a stranger, which was
that's often the case when you're the dad. Yeah.
Which is fine because the stranger knew the rules. Do not even think about engaging me in conversation. I'm putting headphones in.
Yeah, that's good. If you get a chatty one. Yeah,
I'm all right. Yeah, they can piss off. I'm not I'm not there for a chat. If I'm on a train, I'm going to make the most of it and go, right, I'm going to listen to something and read something. Don't even think about coming near me. I've got what I got there was an hour and 5 minutes to myself. Which,
that's not to be sniffed at. That
no, that's a rare thing. So I embraced it. So I had the earphones in, and I was reading my book, but you know what it's like, just casually head up, look out the window, see what's occurring.
See what's going on, see what's whizzing by the window.
What was whizzing by the window? You got your lots and lots of farmers' fields. I mean, as far as the eye can see at one point.
Well, we do live in Devon.
We do. And there was one bit that we went past, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? There was
no.
It was just fields and fields and fields with no civilization near it, not even a farmhouse or a knackered old barn. But right in the field next to where the train line was, with no farm tracks, no gates, no nothing, was a 13-plate Astra estate. Just go. Does anyone know that's there?
As if dropped from outer space.
I mean, quite a new car in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And why is that in a field miles from anything?
Do you think it's an MOT failure? Because it is a Vauxhall after all. Is it an MOT failure that the farmers' kids are just ragging round and round the field?
The thought had crossed my mind. The thought had crossed my mind that it might just be a bit of a shitbox that the farmer uses rather than using the pickup or something like that. But the grass was reasonably tall, so if the vehicle, it wasn't like licking the wing mirrors levels of grass, but it was high enough to mask the bottom of the wheels, but not too high, so I couldn't see the plate to gauge that it was a 13 plate.
Good point. Yeah.
However, that grass is tall enough to indicate that it's been there a while, because if it moved recently, some of the grass in and around it would be flat.
Yeah, you'd see tracks. Yeah, absolutely.
None. The field was pristine all around it.
Which would suggest it's not, because we've had quite a lot of rain of late, so that would have kept the grass down, flat anyway. So, if it had been driven over, it would have stayed down. So that would suggest it's not moved for some months, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, you expect to see a rotten old Land Rover or a bad old pickup or something like that. But
you do.
A relatively modern estate car in a field on its own.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? That's weird. Stolen and dumped, maybe?
Yeah, but dumped. I mean, they've driven for miles to get it there.
Oh, that's true. How do you get it there if there's no road? Yes, that's a good point.
I've got nothing on that.
Oh, that's a mystery, isn't it? How did it get there?
Yeah.
Are aliens now fed up with abducting people? They're abducting cars. And they've just popped it back there. Oh, sorry, that was a Vauxhall. We made a terrible mistake.
Sorry. Yeah. We thought it was something significantly more interesting.
Yeah, we were looking for a Focus, and we've got an Astra. We're new here. We're not quite sure.
That's fair enough. At least they've realised their mistake.
Yeah, it popped it back.
Yeah, you don't want to get all the way to Mars and go, for fuck's sake, not one of these.
Oh, what you got a Vauxhall for?
Yeah.
We'll never shift that.
No. Oh, dear. Oh,
look, we gave you a list of what we wanted. That was not on it. You've stolen a car that wasn't on the list.
Yes. So that's a potential name for the episode, obviously now. Or
it's a quote from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Or, well, I suppose we could go War of the Worlds, couldn't we? And the chances of Vauxhalls coming from Mars. Anything like that.
Oh yeah, you could work. You could do a whole play on words with that. Yeah. Well, whatever grabs you, when you're editing. Either of those would be fine. You've stolen a car that's not on the list. I think it should be that.
Has anyone proactively stolen a Vauxhall Astra that's not a GTE from back in the day or something like that?
You'd have to be fair. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah,
I'd be surprised.
Just boring.
That's weird. That's weird. Yeah,
that is weird.
But then weird things go on in farms, so
Yeah, let's not dwell on that. There's too many stories. Right. The other day we went far too in depth on the Mini range.
We did. Yeah, we were down to debating the shape of the bonnet, I seem to recall.
Yeah. We weren't messing. Mini news. Very much uncamouflaged, and they claim to be spy shots, but I call absolute bullshit and say this is staged by Mini.
That sort of thing doesn't go on, does it?
No. Well, the photos are really well done, and the car's very well presented. However, the new Cooper has been spotted. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Do you have an opinion at the ready
on
the visuals of this vehicle?
Yeah, right. I do.
I'd like you to go first.
I can sum it up quite well, I think.
So you're going to be succinct with this, are you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I can be to the point on this.
Go on.
Horrible.
There we go. Right. I I add hideous.
Yeah.
So,
that's
right.
another. Yeah, that's another good adjective for it. Yeah.
Right.
What
Okay,
are they thinking? Was the phrase that came to mind when I
good.
saw it.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Very good.
Yes. I know we have strong feelings about the Mini. It's a car that's close to both our hearts, and they are poised to ruin it.
They've cocked that up.
Yeah, they have massively. It's been getting steadily worse with each new version, all the way back to 2000. But this is the worst yet.
If you look at it dead on, like side on, you can almost think, yeah, that's a Mini. But if you just twist it ever slightly, ruined.
Yeah. Front or back? Back particularly.
Yeah, I mean,
the back is awful.
I'm afraid I can't get excited about either end. I'm afraid they are awful, aren't they? I mean, just awful.
Really bad. It looks like, to use an old overused phrase, it looks like what you'd get if you described a Mini to somebody over the telephone and they drew it.
Yeah, it's really not far off. And those wheels are horrendous as well, actually.
Wheels you could change, but the rest of it.
Right. Now, I'm going to make a rather obscure film reference. I'm going to use the film to hopefully teach Mini or BMW, but it's BMW, and they're bastards.
It is BMW, yeah.
It's less said about it.
Yeah, and they're well, I was going to say they're really knocking it out of the park with design at the moment.
There's another one that's a bit of a hot topic this week. However, there is a film where they released the trailer. Consider this car to be the trailer. And that's the Sonic the Hedgehog film. I know this has nothing to do with cars, but they released the trailer and everyone went, what have you done with that then? That doesn't look like a Sonic the Hedgehog. Go back, start again. And they listened and they did it again. And it was good.
We saw that it was good.
Yes. So, BMW, I implore you to listen, correct it, and try again. Yes?
Yeah, don't do that to the Mini.
Do not churn that out.
You've been taking liberties with the Mini for years. This is a step too far.
Do not cock about with the Cooper.
No.
Leave it.
Leave it alone. It's only just acceptable as it is.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay. I'm glad we didn't have to have a heated debate on that.
There wasn't much chance of that. I mean, look at it.
Bloody awful. I've not seen any love for it.
No. Why? How could you? It's terrible. It's not even a particularly good-looking car, let alone it being a Mini.
Wrong colour to preview it in as well. Blue. No. Try again.
Yeah, it's a very boring colour. Dark blue or sort of mid-blue.
Mid-blue. It's like, well,
it's
a Mini.
Blue, isn't it?
Chuck it in red. Chuck it in British Racing Green.
Just red, British Racing Green, white if you have to. But don't... No boring colours, please. Where are the bonnet stripes? Where's the Union Jack? Come on.
All of that.
Don't be messing about with us here. Yeah, that's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. They're going to ruin it if they do that.
Right. Okay, then. I'm not going to dwell on it, but as we've crossed over into BMW a little bit, I'm going to mention it. We all know what I'm going to say. We all know it's pig ugly, but they seem to be really happy with it. The BMW XM label red.
Yes.
Get in the sea. Take it away.
It's really bad, isn't it? I mean, it's really bad.
It's awful. I mean,
they've taken something that looked horrific anyway and made it worse.
Yes, the front of it looks. I mean, obviously, what I'm going to compare it to, they are green characters in the game of Angry Birds, but it looks like the pig in Angry Birds.
Yeah, it does. It's got a big old snout going on there.
I mean, and then we'll draw attention to it by painting it red around the snout.
Yes.
Just
let's take the grills that everybody universally hates and highlight them.
Oh, I tell you what. I believe it was someone. Oh my goodness me! Come on, name Matt Bishop on Twitter, former media officer for Aston Martin Formula One, now working for Motorsport magazine, who said, "Do you know what?" He said, "Once upon a time, BMW represented sophistication and elegance, and it's embarrassing where we are now.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
We're all yelling at them to stop it, and all it
Yeah.
does is spur them on to do something even more hideous. I
don't get it at all. I mean, you look at some of the stuff they've done in the past, and it's so elegant and timeless. Even some of the stuff actually that was criticised at the time has aged very nicely. The Chris Bangle 7 series and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it before, but we never thought we'd be hankering to get Bangle back in charge of design of BMW. My God.
No, we're beginning to see that as a high point now. But what they're churning out at the moment is just awful. Just awful.
There's nothing in their range that would make me go, yeah, all right.
It's still selling, though. It's still selling.
That's the problem.
I read a thing this week saying the sales of their electric cars have doubled in the last 3 months, I think it said.
Yeah, but they suffer from the same munting nonsense.
Yeah, they do. They've all got the same
design. They don't need to. But,
yes, quite. They're putting that great ugly grille on an electric. It doesn't need a grille.
I mean, the kidneys were such an important thing of their design language.
Yeah.
And now, what is this?
I know if you look at BMW's, of the early years, the grills were big, but A, they needed to be, and B, they were still elegant and fitted on the cars of the time. Now, what are you doing? There's no, as you say, on the electric cars, there's no reason for a grill at all. But even on the piston cars, it's like, how bad is their cooling that they need a grill that big?
No, it's just unbelievable.
Are they masking some sort of terrible technical problem?
It would appear so.
Yes.
Oh, it's just get rid of it.
Had enough. The design team, start again.
Fire them into the sea along with the vehicles.
Get old Callum on contract. He'll sort you out.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Although he quite liked a big grill, but yeah.
But I mean, there's big grills, and then there's that.
Yeah, it's awful.
You'll lose a child in that if you're not careful.
It's awful. But it's not. It's not even the kidney shape anymore because it's a bitmapped kidney shape because it's all square. It's all straight lines.
I know. It's just. Oh, for goodness sake!
Yep, it's bad. Really bad.
Yeah. Right. In other news of nonsense and depressingness, the stats are in. We've had the figures calculated for car sales in March.
We have
in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Right. As a population, I'm talking to you here. Stop it. I'm sorry, but enough is enough.
The SUV is featuring quite heavily, isn't it?
The top 6 cars.
We
get a little interlude of a couple of hatchbacks, straight back to another TOS vehicle, followed by one further hatchback. That's 7 SUV entries.
Yeah.
In the top 10 models of car sold in March in this country. You all need to have a word with yourself. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. Is it, though, that, as I know we've made this argument a lot, is it that people are buying SUVs because that's all that's available, or is it that that's what people want and they don't want the estate car anymore? I don't know which it is.
Oh, I had this argument with someone who is about to coin a phrase that makes us want to vomit, pull the trigger on an SUV purchase. And I tried my hardest, and I said, look, I'm not going to name names or name vehicles here because it'd become a bit too obvious. However,
fair.
The car that they were going for, I think I talked them down and said, right, you get the estate. The car company you're looking at does a really nice estate car.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. It's an excellent car. It's very practical. It's all things to all men.
Mm-hmm.
All women. No, I'm not being judgmental.
Oh yeah, not being sexist there. Yeah,
not at all. No. But no. Right at the last minute, swerved off and went, "I'll get the SUV." Went right. So what? So explain to me, for the same age of car, the same mileage of car, you are actually paying more to have a more compromised vehicle. You can't. It's got less load capacity.
Yeah.
It's just what it looks worse as well. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And he went, "Oh yeah, but it's not slowed down." Oh, for goodness sake! Oh, for goodness
that
sake.
is a very commonly used reason.
But I'm sorry. A sports car is low down. An estate car is where you'd expect a car to be. When you open the door and you sit in it, you don't go, "Oh my god, oh my gosh, the seat, it's so far down." You go, no. It's where. Funny enough, when you bend down, it's where your arse is.
Yes, it's about where it wants to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
I don't get it either.
No. And I'm going to reel them off. I'll go top 6 for March.
Mm-hmm.
Model Y, Duke, Qashqai, Sportage or Sportage, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Evan nonsense. Tucson.
Sportage, innit?
Sportage.
Oh, yeah.
Tucson and a Puma.
Yeah.
What a sea of utter boredom.
I knew the Model Y was the best selling.
It's not nudged number 1 just yet overall this year, but I'd imagine it will come the end. But yeah, so far to date, 2023, the Qashqai and the Duke are still.
Oh God, that's really depressing, isn't it? But I think you have to. I suppose we have to accept that most people don't give a rat's hat about cars. They're not paying the attention to it that we do. And they'll probably go in and buy whatever the salesman tells them to.
It's just, and I don't know. I got twitchy about it after finding out that they'd swerved off and going for the SUV because. Well, why are you so angry about it? I'm sorry, I've had enough. This is the final.
It's disappointing. It's disappointing, particularly because they had asked your advice in the first place.
Yeah, and then ignored it. Oh yeah, it's too low. So.
It's not. Why does that? Why does that matter? I suppose it matters because everyone's driving SUVs, so you need one as well to be able to see over them at junctions.
Oh, it's just silly. It's as well again. Oh yeah, but it's higher up. Like, what, you want a higher center of gravity in your car? Well done.
So you want it to be more dangerous.
Yeah, they go. Oh yeah, but I feel safer. Like, yep, until you tip over.
You feel safer.
That's one I've heard many people say.
The Model Y, I can accept that argument for because it actually is safer. But
and you can argue that a majority of electric offerings, while still hideous and should be told otherwise, the center of gravity is quite low because you've got a lot of batteries.
You've got a big every battery in the bottom, so you'd have to be going some to tip one of those over. Yes,
but the one in question I'm talking about is diesel powered.
It is a piston car, right? Okay, so in that case, there's no reason for it at all.
No. I've had enough.
That's very disappointing. Yeah, I think we need to.
We all know I've had enough. But
yeah, we're clear on that now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Right. There we go. I think of my list, I think I've got the arsey bits out of the way.
Have you now? Are we all? Is it happy now?
Yeah. I think we got a clear run now of a at least one more cheerful one. I know we're a bit late to it, and I know everyone's done their videos and spoken about it. But we did speak about it at the time when the coupe version was unveiled by Gordon Murray, the T.33.
Oh yeah.
But we've got the Spider now.
We have. Yes.
Yes, please. I'll be honest. It's so striking. I like it.
Yes, good.
I love that. Yes, I'm all for that.
Yeah,
and that's low down. So the rest of you can bugger off.
Yeah,
that's why he's only making 100 because everyone else is going, "Oh no, it's a bit low."
Yeah, you can only sell 100. There's only 100 people that are happy to sit low anymore. Yes.
But what a wonderful thing. I mean, I know we went into detail about the other ones and just go his whole ethos of not only design but the build. I love it. He's a dirty little perv, and I like it.
He's all over that, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just bringing up some pickies to remind myself. Because it's there we go.
And do you know, I think I can't remember if it was a stat that featured in everyone's review, but it was certainly on the Late Break Show one where he was talking to Johnny and said that when they were selling the coupe version, he was offering the manual and the paddle shift, and of the, I believe it was 100 sold. They said they had 4 orders for paddle shift, and in the end had to say no because it's just not feasible making 4.
It's not feasible only to make 4. Yes.
Do you know how refreshing is that? Everyone went, "Yeah, I'll have a manual. Of course I will.
I'll have the manual, please." Yeah, no, that is good, isn't it? That is good. It shows there's still some proper petrol heads out there who actually enjoy driving. Yeah,
but I mean, we'd all love driving that. A lovely, high-revving, naturally aspirated V12 in a lightweight package. Yes, please.
Dirty. Yeah, yep. And it's stunning looking thing as well.
Amazing. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say like classically beautiful, but just so striking.
No, it probably isn't classically beautiful, is it? But it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It'll age beautifully. That
with some very nice alloys on it as
well. Silver.
Silver. Yes, as they should be. It's enough with the black alloys. That's another one of our things.
Yep. So we are just agreeing all over the shop here.
Sadly so. I know people probably prefer it if we had a punch up, but we do.
It does happen occasionally. But I mean, I mentioned the 250 short wheelbase the other day. I don't think we can do it quite so quickly, can we? Kind of pointless bringing up. It's a boring one to keep arguing about. So,
it is really. Especially neither of us is ever going to have one. So
no, it's not really an issue, is it?
I don't think so. No.
No. Right.
Yeah, lovely. That is lovely.
I got something really boring because it's a news article I've seen crop up lots of places, and it got me thinking, going, "Oh, that's a worry." You might have seen it as well because it has been doing the rounds, and there are now concerns in and around city centres that old multi-storey car parks may not be able to cope with the weight of modern cars.
Yeah.
If you'll drive to the second level and start banging a load of electric cars on there, go, every single car is over a couple of tons here.
Yes, that's quite likely. Some of those 70s concrete constructions.
You know the ones I'm thinking of. You know the ones that really. I mean, you've only got to be within half a mile of it, and you can smell the stale piss.
Oh, it's full of it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's horrible. We know the ones. We've all been in them.
Yeah.
And again, you see, like modern cars, they're all built around the dimensions of cars that don't exist anymore.
Yep.
So
if you try and pack them tightly,
fit anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna.
You get more of the heavy buggers in there, and that's that gone, isn't it?
Oh, you're gonna get cracks and things, aren't you? That's gonna frighten people. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I just read it and thought, all right, as topics go, that is really boring. But I dwelled on it and thought, actually,
it is really boring, but it may be a reasonable point. Because most of these structures are not maintained very well.
No, I mean, if they can't even hose the piss out, what chance do we stand for the structural integrity?
Yeah, but that's probably corrosive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if that tramp is, I mean, you've got a cluster of tramps all banging in special brew at a rate of knots.
There you go.
I mean, what comes out of there is basically like the acid that comes out of an alien when you give him a poke, isn't it?
Well, there you go, you see. And, well, I'm not in the habit of poking an alien, but it's, whatever you do in the comfort of your own shed is up to you. But
no, just for context as well, Alien is a film from 1979, Phil. I'm so sorry. He's going to punch me. I know he is.
He is. He is going to lose it with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some less than flattering gifts off the back of the Open All Hours reference. I
saw that he did make some fairly unambiguous comments about that.
Yes. No mixed messages there. I'm so sorry, but I can't promise that I'll stop anytime soon.
No, I think you are going to keep doing it. Yes. Yeah. Nevertheless,
but you know what I mean.
Getting back to the car parks, yes, I think there is a good chance that they could be weakening the structure there.
Yes, I mean not only the tramp space, but the heavy weight of the vehicles.
Yes, I think that's perhaps more of an issue, but it's a not. I mean, I'm not familiar with structural integrity of Britain's car parks, and I don't know whether this is a study anyone has done. But I wouldn't be surprised if that may start causing an issue. Yeah.
I mean, I know an architect, but we could do with a structural engineer here, really, couldn't we?
No, you don't want an architect for that. No, you need.
I'll ask
someone who's doing weight to surface area calculations and things like that. Yeah, and,
I'll see if he's got some potential suggestions of someone he can ask. I'll go right. He must talk to a structural engineer or two.
Yeah, he must do. Yeah, he must know some. Yeah.
Yeah. So right, if you're out for a pint, just pose the question. What
is a thing, or is it just another, bashing the EV thing? And not that it's just EVs.
I wouldn't single out EVs. No, not at all. But maybe I think the thing to do is sort of say, right, I want you to sit him down and ask him this question: what's more hazardous to a pre-70s multi-story modern cars and their weight, or corrosive tramp piss? And then feedback on this response.
It's a vitally important question that nobody is asking, and I think it's an illustration of the kind of cutting-edge, real-world issues we deal with.
Well, if you look at some of the other articles, they're thinking about it all purely from a weight perspective, but at no point have they gone for the little details and going, well, this stuff is everywhere.
They are ignoring, I believe, the underlying issue.
Yes.
It's not the weight of the cars. It's what's being poured over those car parks that's weakening the structure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, we've always said it, we're always ahead of the curve here. So,
yeah, so are the tramps, but that's another issue.
God. Are you? We've got progressive tramps.
No, I was thinking of those, the curvy road you get, the ramps that you get.
Okay. Yeah,
the
that's
lift
fine.
is just ahead of that. It was kind of like a little, it was my attempt. It was like a joke, sort of similar.
No. I thought you were suggesting that the tramps had gone woke on us, but okay, probably not in the grand scheme of things.
Seems unlikely.
No, it seems fairly unlikely. Okay, good. Right, like I said, that wasn't a moan. That's an observation.
No, I think it's a genuine concern. I think, I mean, some of those multi-stories are pretty ropey these days.
Right, here's another one. This came off the back of sitting on a train as well. This isn't cars in a field. This is idle internet browsing.
Okay.
It's come to my attention that next month, I can't pin it down to a date, I'm afraid, but the tickets will go on sale for an event that we should attend.
Ooh.
It's not something I've been to in a while, actually. Very good. Cheeky top up. And that's the Classic Motor Show at the NEC in November.
Oh, we should. I haven't been to that for many years.
No, I think... God heavens, I think probably 10 years, for me.
I think it was I think it was probably somewhere about 2000 and maybe 2005, 2006.
Okay.
Long time.
So, you're depressingly nudging towards the 20 years since visit.
Yeah, that's not a number I need.
No. So no. I think I'm going to lock that in early.
Yeah, I think we need to make that one happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be grand. Yeah, because we can do all the perving in the world there.
We can do all the perving, and we can all the photos, video, all of it. We could. Yeah, I think let's no messing. We'll do that.
Yeah, we will. Oh, that's gonna get out of hand. Some of the stuff that's there, that's gonna get out of hand.
Sometimes as well, it's worth paying the extra tenner because normally Silverstone auctions, despite it being in the NEC, are up there.
Yes.
And you can, even if you don't intend to buy, you can pay a tenner to go into the closed off area to have a closer look at the auction items.
I think we need to do that as well.
Yeah, I've done that before. Of going, all right, I can see all of them from here, but if I pay £10, I can go and really pervert them.
Really get in. Yes, I think so. Yes, we'll do our own silver auction review.
Yes. Harry's is very informative and succinct. I think ours would be, oh, look at that.
It would be perhaps be a little lighter on the detail.
I'd still refer to your brochures if you intend to bid. Don't rely on us.
Don't judge it by the noises we make as we wander around.
Well, maybe you should. I mean,
maybe you should. Yes.
We are judging them on a different scale.
It's a different. Yeah, it's for a different audience, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so we can say here and now that we will be attending. It's going to be from the 10th of November to the 12th. So we just need. I mean, it's far enough ahead now that if we just pick a day, we're job done.
Yeah, that would be great. I've not been for a long time, and there's a lot of very naughty stuff there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it, and we could even arrange some sort of group visit as well. Should we feel need? I mean, Mr. Friend, who still needs to come on. That's my fault for not organising it, not his fault. He lives in Birmingham anyway, so I can't imagine he'll be turning it down.
Yes, I would imagine there, and there'll no doubt be others who wish to come along. Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll extend the invitation to everyone, and with it being far enough in advance, I think we'll all be able to attend.
I would imagine we can probably organise something there. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that'll be very naughty.
At the risk of it all collapsing in a heap, I'll organise it.
Okay. Yes. The risk of us getting to the day before. I haven't bought a ticket.
Yes. I could have finished on a joke there, couldn't I? At the risk of falling in a heap like a 70s multi-story car park under the weight of SUVs.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.